As always, this podcast is brought to you by the couchcommentators.shop. Help support the channel by purchasing your Couch Commentators merchandise below using the links. Welcome back to the Couch Commentators podcast, the fastest growing podcast in the nation and some may say the world. I have Dan and James. As always, gentlemen, how are we going? How was your week? How was your weekend, Dan?
Yeah, and the weekend wasn't too bad. Worked Saturday, then relaxed for the rest of the day.
Working man.
And then on Sunday, I played golf.
Oh, bit of golf.
I walked 18 holes for the first ever time.
Oh, jeez.
I'm very fucking sore right now, but I'm here and I'm ready to podcast.
An Aussie battler.
Aussie battler.
Battling through his wounds.
I'm surprised. I was very proud of myself that I walked the full 18. I didn't think that I was going to make it, but it was a very flat course.
Next time, I think we should get into speed golf, if you know what that is. Dan.
No. If you want me to have a heart attack on the course, then no.
You've walked it, so, I mean, what's running it, really? Okay, James, how you go, mate?
Look, talking about banging walls, last Wednesday at Oztag, sorry for getting the Oztag review in a bit early, I pulled a hamstring, been shuffling around pretty sorely over the weekend, dragged myself into work today, and I've happened to burn my finger towards the end of the day. It's a pretty bad one. The boys can more attest to it. But
pretty yucky.
I'm
not getting up to the camera because my hamstring's sore.
We can attest that it looks bad.
Yeah.
Well, nice, gentlemen. For the podcast listeners, I'm not injured today. Touch wood. I'm not injured. Weekend, me and James actually seen a forgotten podcast member, Lucas. We went over to his house, his new house in Wilton. It was nice. Had a punt.
He's only lived there for 3 months now.
Yeah, it's new. It's new.
It might be more, actually.
Punt on the ponies. Punting did not go well.
No.
We'll get definitely into that in the horse racing segment, but just know we suck. And in saying that, we'll go to accountability, gentlemen.
Something that we also suck at.
Yeah. Look, in our chat when we were picking up bets, I said if we don't get a winner, we should retire from punting. And I am here to inform you, gentlemen, we didn't win. So I feel like retirement's around the corner for us.
Yeah. I'm surprised Dan didn't go back to Bathurst. He had so much success there.
Yeah, what the hell?
Yeah, that was my back-to-back last year, didn't I? I went Penrith to win the grand final, then Bathurst. Shane Van Gisbergen was like the obvious pick last year.
Yeah.
This year, I didn't really know who to fucking pick.
Could have just picked Eddie. And like, you should have went for a multi-grand final into Bathurst, because grand finals and Bathurst, you get
exactly.
the big games. Accountability, obviously we suck. City of Lights was Lucas's horse. It lost. My horse, I decided to pick two, Brightside and Broadsiding, both lost. They were both paying
sides.
The sidings and the sides. They were paying only like $1.70 each, so that was a bit rough for me. I never will. Also looked pretty good form coming into the race.
Yeah, even looked good for most of the race.
Yeah, and it sucked as well. Golden Path, again, another horse that sucked as well.
I just couldn't find that golden path to the finish line.
Yeah. We'll get into the actual races a little bit later, but just know that next week, if we don't win, I'll retire from punting on the podcast. Not on sports bet.
I think I hereby retire already.
Okay. Now, we go into the best part of the podcast, gentlemen, brought to us by the listeners. It's the listener questions. And we have a couple here. So we'll go with the first one we got from Aiden. He says, what's your favourite sports other than league? Okay. Well, with the off season among us, we'll have to get into some other sports. So Dan, mate, what's your favourites?
Well, we are Aussies, and what else do Aussies love rather than rugby league? Cricket. And I think the man to my right is probably going to say the same answer.
Yeah, you're right. Bolivian square dancing.
It's hotting up in the Bolivian square dancing.
I watched some last night, actually. It's pretty good.
Cricket. I'm a big cricket nuffy. Can't get enough of it. And by can't get enough of it, I watch it like everybody else and just have it on in the background and look at my phone because you can't pay attention to anything these days.
Yep. TikTok brain has ruined us all. For me, I would say I'll probably go to horse racing. That'll be my side quest. But obviously, cricket is among us, and we're getting into the Test series, so that's gonna be hot. I'll definitely watch some of that.
Definitely hotting up.
Oh, it's hotting up.
Next month, baby.
But I do want to try and get into maybe some American sports in the off season, just to like maybe
some NFL, some basketball.
I'll put a task out to all of us to like watch a little bit of some basketball, some NFL to bring it back to the podcast.
Or just a bit of a spoiler. In the next couple of weeks, I might be wearing an NFL jersey.
Ooh.
I may have purchased one, so it was pretty cheap though. It was from maybe from Timu. What?
Timu. Shout out Timu, not a sponsor.
Not a sponsor.
But if they want to. Okay.
Pretty cheap shit on there, so
yeah.
we're a cheap podcast.
We are cheap. Pay me anything. I'll say anything. Okay. Now, what's your plans for the off season? This one's for Tom. I believe he means the podcaster's off season. So, gentlemen, Dan.
Just try to watch more sports to buff up the time on the podcast because without NRL, this podcast will be about 15 minutes long.
Yeah, I can see that.
So yeah, probably just watch some more sports.
Lucky you have
do some more fun stuff in the
two
podcast.
Professional yappers right here.
Yeah, true.
Get some alcohol to me and James, and these podcasts will just go for
Let's
2
do
hours.
A drunk podcast once.
I like it.
What do you mean?
Maybe
once.
I do want to get like we've done the live streams, but I'd love to get buckled just for an actual podcast we put out. That would be pretty cool.
Now that there's no rugby league on, we can do it on a weekend,
Sunday or something.
On a Saturday or Sunday.
Get buckled
and actually get buckled, then record
the actual podcast. Okay, good idea. Put that in the diary, the notebook. James.
In there.
Look, get into the cricket, horse racing, and look to diverge into other topics as well.
Like what happened during your week, or just like a out there topic. I want to do
stories, would you rather's.
Yeah, similar stuff to shout out Halley Sports Podcast. I do like how they go on tangents and like the randomest things. Like it's a marvel, and I would like to get into some stupid shit.
We have some tangents sometimes of random shit.
But then I like podcasts like The Yard or Chuckle Sandwich and stuff, and they literally have no topic half the time. So
yeah, that's true. For me, I'll probably go more the podcast side of like I'd like to see us do more reaction videos, maybe some other videos where we do like a Q&A. It's crazy.
We get mad.
Is that even good on YouTube anymore?
I mean, like we're doing listener questions. It's literally listener questions.
We literally do a Q&A every week.
I've got an idea, Dad. Right, we get Matt in, and Brandon and Matt eat the world hottest corn chip, and we watch it.
Yeah, you guys could be on standby.
Maybe we do some real life videos.
Real life videos. Who knows?
Like goal kicking competition or something.
Yeah, I could get around that 100-meter dash because obviously we know Dan's the fastest around here.
The video will be 20 minutes long because that's how long it'll take me to fucking run 100 meters.
Run straight challenge. Dan after 18 holes of running speed golf, and then James on his bad hamstring. Yeah. See how that goes. No, the possibilities are endless. So
also, I just like to add some special guests.
Yeah. Well, speaking of that,
bit of a teaser for the future.
You've chucked that in. There may be special guests coming on soon, so look forward to that. And
by God, they're special.
Oh, they are special.
Yeah, they're definitely special.
You'll never guess who it is. You won't guess. You won't guess.
Spoiler: it's not Matty C.
It's not Matty C, but you won't guess.
But he could be back on.
And he could be back on in the off season. We need some.
I won't be here for that episode.
And who knows? We might get Lucas back. That's
definitely a very special guest.
Okay, now the next question, and we have it from Matt. He asks the OzTag review, please. Okay.
OzTag reviewing questions. What?
Yeah. Look, it's the fans want what the fans want, Dan. And
I thought it was a dying segment, and it's
snuck its way in. Okay. Well, OzTag review, James. How'd you go? Obviously, the hamstring not too well.
Yeah. Look, due to some circumstances of players playing in two teams and Dan working, we ended up a player short before the game started against a team They'd even had 2 reserves.
Yeah, 2 reserves.
And like the team we were playing, they've got some pretty good players in it as well. We know them. We went to high school with a lot of them. And look, they were getting a rugby league masterclass by 7 players for majority of the game.
Yeah. We had them to the sword. The sword. No, not really. It was very close. Very
close, but with those circumstances, definitely shouldn't be close. You could hear the frustration coming through their voices because they weren't getting around us as easy as they should, and we were finding overlaps.
Yeah. Even with like all of us gassed, like sucking in the big ones, every single try would score.
I'm talking like me and Brandon for one of the tries looked like Moses and Dylan Brown when they throw that huge cutout pass, or a more contemporary Jerome Luai throwing that cutout pass out to Cleary, and then the short ball to the second rower, who this was Josh.
Obviously, James is Nazclair's like.
Yeah, on this situation, but yeah, we're going quite well. We're I think tied or possibly down by 1. The game was going back and forth like that. And I've made a half line break, copped a check on the right-hand side, overextended with my left leg, and pulled my hemi that I've had issues with in the past.
And then we went from 7 to 6, and it all went sideways.
Is that the start of this year or end of last year you did it, wasn't it?
No, it was a couple of years ago. It was when I came back from my ACL.
Oh, yeah, that's right. All the years mulled together now.
Yeah.
I scored a try. Shout out me. Other than that, ran myself to exhaustion. The next day I was like coughing up phlegm from like, I think my lungs were just fucked from running that much. So shout out Dan for working and the other players who couldn't turn up.
I couldn't get out of it.
Especially you, Aiden. Can't believe you didn't turn up, mate.
I could have tried to ask my boss to finish earlier because I did start earlier, but I wanted the money. So
that's fair. That's fair. Okay, next question. It's from Ken. What's your favorite Powerade / Gatorade color? Ken. Dan.
Long pause there, mate.
Yeah, I was thinking no one's answering me. I'm like, oh, that's right. I need to fucking pick one. So he told me.
Like speaking over the top of each other.
Give me a color.
Look, I only drink one flavor and one flavor only. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I have like a compulsive like pick something and stick to it.
Tism,
yeah. I'm gonna go with orange.
Ooh, a bit of a orang man.
Yeah. I feel like everything I drink is just orange related.
Yeah, it really is. Again, the tism.
Yeah, that's very tistic.
Very artistic. James.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the correct answer, and that's blue. What flavor is blue? It's just blue.
It is blue. It do be blue.
I like how we do like everyone says like the color of it. They don't say the flavor.
No, you said the flavor.
Yeah, but it's also the color.
Food for thought. Can you taste color?
What came first, the color or the fruit?
don't dive deep into this.
It's true.
Brandon, what's your favorite flavor?
My favorite color is blue, which also happens to be the flavor blue. So I also am on the same boat as Jazz.
Shout out to Red. Red gets a drink.
A good second or third. Then purple. I don't really get into the purple work too often.
I was going to say purple is probably the lowest.
Yeah.
You know what feels weird? The clear one. Watermelon Gatorade.
I have heard it's pretty decent.
Yeah. I've seen an apple flavored Gatorade. You should get into that, Dan.
Yeah?
Yeah, get into that work.
Yeah, I might get into that work.
Thank you, Ken, for the question. What's your favorite color? / flavor / color. Okay, now, next question. It's from Ken again. He asked, biggest prodigy that ended up flopping? Kane Evans for me. What about you boys? James.
Tim Smith. Broke the record for the most try assists in his debut year. Ended up having a couple of injuries and then some mental health stuff, and ended up falling away from the game. Look, was I really young? Yes, but I just know that he was meant to be the future of Parramatta, and he wasn't.
Unlucky. Shout out Tim Smith, though.
Yeah, big fan of the podcast.
Big fan. Dan.
I'm trying to think of someone, but I just can't.
Surely he had like some player flop for the Dragons. I
Oh, there's been a lot.
can think of 2 off the top of my brain, and they're both $1 million men. Yeah, who am I with the?
Who am I?
I played for Gold Coast Titans. I was on $1 million a year. Played in the halves.
Yeah, I can't think.
He has 2 first names. His first name is feminine.
His first name is mine and James's sister.
And his last name is the people that fit suits.
Oh. See, I don't remember that guy. I don't remember Ash Taylor. Honestly. I was thinking more of like fucking Matt Duffy.
Yeah.
He was a bit of a fucking flop.
Yeah.
He's a flop. Shout out,
In general, he's a bit of a flop.
I will go, since you got Ash Taylor, I know you're a big fan of his work. I'm going to go Anthony Milford. I think he, again, got to the $1 million. I think he played for Queensland
you could
as well.
argue that he did reach a peak, but him falling away the way he did.
Yeah.
And the potential he showed at Canberra Raiders was like he could have
Even
been.
Broncos, he took him to a grand, like
could have
him and
been Ben
Ben Hunt, but they went to the
Yeah.
grand final. They were fucking one play off winning it.
The fall off has to be studied.
Yeah, it's rough. It's rough. Okay. Next question, and it is from TBC Live. Shout out TBC Live. They asked if you could add one historical player to fix the current Parramatta Eels, who? James, as an Eels fan, who would you pick?
To fix us. Look, plenty of good players, but you got to think of it rationally. Hindmarsh didn't fix us even when he was there. Like, to be fair, getting a young Hindmarsh playing in the back row when he was elite running and wasn't worked to the bone in his later years, that could be useful. But I'm actually going to go back to a Ray Price. And this also goes into some of the drama this week about him saying that that Parramatta team was better than the Penrith team, which I will come out and say is wrong. Especially to say better. You could say
on par.
Yeah, but like realistically, 4's bet more than 3.
Yeah.
If I said Sharks 2016 were better.
Yeah. But that winning mentality and no, I'm the best there ever was. That's sort of what you need to lift a team up like Parramatta right now. So I'll be going him, an inspirational leader.
An inspiration to the nation and the Parramatta Eels. Dan.
I'm going to go with someone else from that era. Someone I thought James might have picked. Peter Sterling.
Peter Sterling.
See, the reason I didn't is because the halves are good. We've got like Sterling and Kenny would still walk into the team.
Oh yeah, 100%. And then another person that I threw up in my head was Nathan Kalis.
Yeah,
a bit of heart in the front row.
I think you guys are missing one player that can change the club.
Oh, I think I know where you're going.
Philly, Moi, or Shane Shackleton, either one. They're both the same
I
person.
thought you were going Hayne
we
playing.
do need a fullback. Jared Hayne.
I thought you were going the Hayne playing.
I also thought of Semi Radradra. My God.
Semi-truck.
If you guys have lost Regan Campbell-Gillard, you need another big boy. So let me tell you.
Jared Hayne is looking pretty thick these days.
He is thick. He's also been brought in for the Fiji to be a bit of a role model.
What's he gonna?
I thought he was playing.
A role model.
Also, I've heard he's not just thick, he's thick and tired of all these overweight jerks, all right?
I'm thick. Okay.
Mike Tyson.
That is all for the questions. So we got these speak pipes, gentlemen. Let's get into them.
This is actually my favorite part of the listener questions.
Oh, mate, it's always the best. We actually have one from last week, which we missed. We have Deshaun. So let's see what Deshaun has. Last time I remember he wasn't in too good of a space with
it was
a lot of
talking about
betting and gambling.
PDF files or something as well.
Yeah, let's see what he has to say.
Hey guys, Sean here. It's been an eventful few weeks, gentlemen. I find myself bereft, behooved, skittled and skedaddled. My last query into the depths of your guys' wisdom led me out of my vehicle for the last time. But that said, I had 15k in hand, and it would come to be one of the more bittersweet moments over the next few days as I went ahead and had a look at the punters' picks on Instagram and chased my losses all the way to Caulfield. Imagine my horror, though, upon finding the wisdom dispensed by you guys, leaving me placing my winnings on horses that came in either third or fourth in their respective races. Now, look, I'm not stupid. Seasoned punters such as yourself would never lead me astray, so I knew there must have been some severe corruption at hand, and retribution for this vile act could not go undone. So I went searching for answers in the stable. Upon doing so, I located a docile and, more importantly, unattended little equine friend that I quickly liberated, and after a decisive victory against the jockeys that tried stopping me, I escaped Caulfield and headed towards greener pastures. I may no longer have a house or a vehicle, but I know that your guys' sound and irrefutable knowledge will help me endure, no matter how hopeless the situation might seem. With that endurance in mind, my question this week is in regards to the incredible display of mental endurance by the Penrith Panthers this last grand final. Do you gentlemen believe that Penrith has a fifth in a row premiership in them, or does the recent influx of Indian immigrants into the area over the last few years look likely to sour the exemplary Samoan and Tongan gene pool from with which the club can pull their players from? As always, guys, be well.
Oh, Sean, I love your work.
Holy
I
crap.
fucking love you,
Obviously,
Deshaun.
this is from last week, so he must have been in there getting the horse and stuff when my race was running, because he would have got a win. But,
Yeah, could have got a win if you picked the right out of the bunch.
Something I want to say is, what the fuck was that background noise?
I think he was in the car.
I think he stole
Oh, yeah, he's on a horse. He's...
That's right. Yeah.
Fuck, I mean, look, if you've sold your car, obviously, you've sold the house, you've lost everything. But this week, our punting, trust me, if you back one of us...
Look, he sounds like a man that's full of life and energy.
Yeah.
For a man that just sold his house,
down on
sold
his
his car, and lost his whole fucking... lost everything.
But
good to hear he is still gambling responsibly.
yeah, gambling responsibly is of our highest priority, obviously, and same for you. As for, yeah, the horse racing, mate. Yeah, Caulfield. How good's that? He's off at Caulfield.
I don't know how many jockeys trying to stop him, but
yeah.
hopefully J-Mac's okay.
And for the Penny Panthers winning 5 in a row, gentlemen, do we see it happening? Maybe that's a bet you could have in the future.
Well, with the Tongan and Samoan gene pool that they're pulling from.
Oh, damn.
Oh, that was crack
Does this
up.
give us a little bit of insight to where the Sean's from? If
Maybe,
he knows the influx of Southeast
Maybe that's how they do it in the Druid.
Yeah, maybe. Okay, well, we move on to Henry Flood.
I've waited for Henry.
Oh, it's been a little while, so I want to hear his voice.
Hi guys, it's Henry here. Hi James.
Hi, Henry.
Hi Dan.
Hey, mate!
Oh, you let the dogs out. Hi Brandon.
Henry.
Anyways, I didn't get the chance to get down to tag last week. I've just been busy. I got found accused of doing certain things, and the courts actually made me do community service, but I didn't do it. Whatever they said I didn't do it. Okay, and I wasn't there that day. I wasn't there. Anyway, so I don't know if I'll get the chance to come down again this week, but I'm gonna try. I'm just trying to get this bracelet off my ankle. Anyway, I just really wanted to say thanks for the dogs last week. I fucking needed that, Brandon. I needed that. Anyway, I hope you're all well, and I hope you're feeling good. Yeah. I hope to see you soon.
Yeah.
Love you, Brandon.
Love you as a friend, Henry. Look, I can't believe he wasn't able to make it. It was weird. He's got some bracelet on his ankle.
All I'm going to say is, for Henry, innocent until proven guilty.
Yeah, I believe him.
I believe him.
I don't think he would do anything wrong.
Yeah, no.
Big fan of like dogs as well, which is I believe he's a doggies fan.
Yeah, obviously.
Really keen to know. As you would know, you wouldn't know. Dan's got his dogs out this week.
Again. Oh, there we go.
Back dogs, and I do. Oh shit!
James is wearing socks and slides.
Who let dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Who?
Getting into summer, so you know you gotta let them free every now and
Let
then.
them free. Let them free. Let them breathe. Thank you, Henry. Though I look forward to hearing if you're able to get out and watch us play Ostag next week.
Now, maybe we'll actually get to meet Henry one day.
Maybe we can. Face to face would be kind of against some laws, but we'll find out.
Maybe against the AVO. You've had against him.
Next one is from Toby Wallace. We haven't heard from him in a couple of weeks. This is a man famously known for asking about his cat, so we'll find out what he has to say.
Hey, mate. It's fucking Toby Wallace here. Straight to the fucking point. The young fella told me that you think you found my cat. I think you found Eric. Fucking, where the fuck is he? I fucking miss him. Miss me fucking mate. Just want me fucking cat back. Please. Mate, I don't know how much longer I can fucking go without fucking Eric. I've been putting his food out every night. Fucking little fucking cut won't come home. The wife still hasn't come back. Fucking, I don't even have Zandy to get me a fucking beer. Fucked. Please tell me you know where Eric is. Please. Fuck that Dan guy. Just fucking tell me where he is. Please. I need to fucking know. All right. Otherwise, I'm gonna fucking go to your fucking soccer field or wherever the fuck you play that game, and I'm gonna fuck you up. You don't tell me where fucking Eric is. All right. I'll fuck you up.
Man's
Where's
down.
my fucking cat?
He's down bad.
Whoa.
He's down bad. But you have news for him, Dan?
Yeah, Toby, if you're listening or watching, or your son's listening or watching, I have Eric here next to me. He may be less animated than what he used to be. But I have Eric. You can see him.
Eric.
He's here in the flesh.
Eric, it's you.
Wow.
He doesn't move.
So lifelike.
Like,
It's very hairy and getting
you go to
hair.
a taxidermy.
That's why it took me so long to find him. Yes.
No,
See,
Eric-
it feels so real, James.
Eric is alive and well. Eric is alive and well. Here, puss.
So there you go, Toby. I found Eric, mate.
What, are you gonna like ship him to Toby?
Yeah, if Toby wants him, mate, you can have him back.
I'm pretty sure cats
He was
usually.
just begging for him.
Yeah.
Mate, you can have him back,
His
honestly.
wife's left him. The only thing that keeps him sane is this cat, and you're going to hold it from him?
Well, good. Sounds pretty hollow. So.
Eric will find his way home. Cats always find their way home, I believe. So,
Fucking stupid cats.
and they have 9 lives.
Me and Brendan might start getting.
Thanks, now I've got cat hair all over me.
Me and Brendan might start sneezing soon. We are
Oh yeah,
cats.
we are allergic, so that'll be rough.
Reggie.
Nice. Okay, next speak pipe. It's from this trick was snorting more Omo. I'm interested to hear what this one's about.
Hey, boys. Fucking hope you're good,
Yeah.
bro.
Pretty good.
It's another speak pipe live from the car.
From the car.
No problems, really. None to report on. Fucking. Oh, it's been good. I'm starting to think. Oh no, maybe my fucking tray of my ute or something will fall off, or I'll be like mid roundabout and the steering wheel will just pop off. Just
That's possible.
you know, when things are just traveling too good, you start getting a little sus, and you're just like, something bad's gonna happen here. I often get that feeling with this car. But anyway, I really just wanted to fucking say thanks for your advice you gave me last week. You all had pretty good points.
Yep.
You know, fucking James, you're a real one with the buddy wash your nose out thing, and but I went with Leachy's advice, and I actually just snorted more Omo. And look, it was fun. I'm not gonna lie, it was a good time. It's a quick way to pick yourself up off the couch. Just didn't really fix me nose, but anyway, a week back at work, and then I'm all good. And we got the Warriors 35s presentation this week, so can't wait to meet up with Simon Havenar and pound some Omo into the Earth's core. Come down to the field. I'll see you there.
Ooh, that's an invitation for some Omo.
I might need some MCs.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Couch commentator, special guest.
Live stream their fucking presentation.
I'm glad to hear our advice is helping you. Because, you know, when you're in trouble, just do more of what you were doing to get into that trouble, and you should dig your way out.
Eventually.
Just like with our mate Deshaun as well. So just keep digging.
I was just about to say, just like with gambling.
Yeah.
If you keep gambling, you'll eventually dig yourself out of that hole.
And shout out Aiden. He must be a pretty good mechanic because that car it's purring. Yeah.
For an auto electrician, he's a pretty good mechanic.
It's purring just like Eric over there. Meow. He's still alive. You rascally cat. We might head down. Who knows? I think we might also have stuff on. So who knows? Who knows? Next question though. Speak pipe is from Up the Riff. Could this be?
One Penrith fan we know.
Hey, boys. Just in case you had forgotten, just thought I'd remind you. Last weekend, Penrith won 4 grand finals in a row. And, hope you guys don't let that slip your mind.
I just want to say this, Aiden. I'm seriously concerned. You're living in the past. That's already old news.
It's the off season.
Yeah.
Why are we caring about rugby league and what happened last year?
There's international games to be played this weekend.
Yeah.
And guess what? Nathan Cleary isn't playing.
Yeah, because he sucks. Not because of injury.
His dick was too big.
Yeah. Speaking of dick, helicopters the next.
I think this is where that's going.
We'll find out.
Bit of a different question here this week, boys. What are your guilty pleasures that no one knows about?
Guilty.
My guilty pleasure everyone knows about. It's Ken's nan, but just curious on what your guys' are.
Nice. Guilty pleasures, Dan.
Fuck. I don't think I have any, really.
A hidden fucking bag of sweets that you just fucking always rummage through.
Not. I don't have any guilty pleasures that no one knows about,
Dan
really.
has CMD. That's his guilty pleasure. Chronically. Just beaten. James, mate, guilty pleasure.
Reading shitty mangas or manhwas.
Anime.
Yeah.
Yeah, he loves the old comic books from Japan. It's good stuff.
Even Korea. That's the real guilty pleasure. It's like it's not even the mainstream stuff.
I like when they animate those comic books into a show, then I'll watch it. So, for me, guilty pleasure, I mean, if I want to go recency biased, I've been fucking watching all the reality TV shows. Like I started watching Fuckboy Island yesterday. Fuckboy Island Australia, actually. So that's a little bit of a guilty pleasure.
Never heard of that.
Look, it's fun to just see so many people like shoot their shots and fail, or like then there's some people they think they're the funny, like coolest blokes in the world, just going. And
I've seen you do that before.
I'm gonna bring this into real life. So I'm gonna be a fuckboy soon.
I think I've just thought of one of my things that everyone kind of knew about. Buying Pokemon cards used to be a good guilty pleasure of mine. I used to open Pokemon cards on YouTube. It was
shout out Pokemon Dan.
That had two videos on it, and I've forgotten the password to it.
Oh no!
So that means the video's still up.
Go watch it. Subscribe. Okay. Next question is No, it's not really a question. It's just quack quack. So we'll see what this one's about.
Hey boys,
Hello.
just in regards to this week's OzTag review,
Okay, yeah.
Monday night was the public holiday. Thank fuck for that. Tuesday, our mixed team, me and Ken's mixed team, versus a team called Pink Pussies.
Pink pussy.
I kid you not, they were called
How
Pink
did that
Pussies.
get through?
And they were an absolute roast beef sandwich by the time we were done with them. I think the score was 21 to 2 or something like that.
Jesus.
We absolutely pulverized them into the Earth's core. They were absolutely fucking shit. I don't think I've versed a worse team before. And then Wednesday, we're not going to talk about Wednesday. Of all accounts for all the teams, I think it was pretty shit. And then a different thing, not OzTag related, but yesterday had the soccer prezzo. Somehow I got named Players Player.
Hey-yo.
So my efforts during the year have not been missed. I must have done a decent job.
So what he lacks in OzTag, he really must make up for in soccer.
Honestly, didn't know Aiden played soccer.
Yeah,
I
soccer player first,
Yes.
OzTag second. Yeah,
OzTag's a hobby.
yeah.
Soccer's his passion. That's why he's the main kickoff guy, and then every now and then he just sends one to the fucking moon.
And kicks it out on a full.
Good to hear Monday and Tuesday went well for you, and Wednesday you dogged us. If you're gonna lose for your other team, you may as well just fucking played for our team and won.
Exactly.
But look, can't have it all. We can't win it all. But we look forward to your OzTag review next week, and maybe you'll play for our team. So hopefully that happens.
And Dan might actually play a game this week.
Oh, I don't know about that. It works a bit tired,
Might feel a bit sore from fucking golf still.
NRL talk, gentlemen.
I thought we were done.
I thought we were done. We said we were done last week, but it just keeps coming. There's always NRL talk. And over the weekend, there was the Prime Minister's 13s matches. Australia versus Papua New Guinea. And in the first game was the old women's international. And boy, howdy, it was a game of games.
Talking about Aiden pulverizing teams
Yeah.
into the core of the earth.
All the pink pussies and the PNG,
The Cummels.
the Cummels got absolutely bounded. 50-0 they won the Australian 13. Look, I watched some of the highlights. Chapman looked good. She looked good, Jamie.
And she looked good on the field too.
Yeah. Yeah, look, they did really well in the first half. I think it was almost like 44 points first half, and then they just
Yeah, I
fucking turned the game off. And you could have turned the game off and not watched anymore because it was one more try in the second half. So
I believe James went and watched the line dancing or whatever.
Yeah.
He did.
yeah.
I think it was Barbarian lined.
Yeah. It would have been worth watching that. But look, good game for the Australians. And then we go into the men's game. Another, look, not as big of a thrashing, but you got Australia winning 42-20. It was surprising the start of the game. James.
Yeah,
I know you watched it. You watched it as well.
I watched the first half.
But the Commonwealth got off to a good start, mate.
Yeah. I think it was 12-0 before we scored a try, was it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
12-0 before we scored a try for Barry Fermor. Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? What is this going to be like the first time in 20 years they've won the game?
Or just napping.
Yeah.
Some would say.
Yeah, I'd not to put any shame on them, but that's Sharp, the fullback from.
Yeah.
He dropped a couple of balls.
Yeah.
It was very windy, but yeah, he dropped a couple of balls.
I did hear he either may have got the hook for KO weeks.
Yeah.
To be fair, I think it was already planned. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
because Galvin, Fogarty, and Sharp all came off, and then that's when the team really stepped up. Because it was Wishart, it was Brooksy, and it was Weeks, and ooh.
Yep.
That's
yep,
one
yep.
man who played a good half, KO Weeks.
This is true. He, I had a workmate tell me his multi. He said he had Fermor Wishart to score, so he got that in the
Yeah.
first half. Then he needed Fletcher Sharp. He got hooked. And then KO Weeks comes in, scores 2.
Yeah, that's
And then
rough.
Sharp comes back at the end of the game and drops one over the line. So
That would have been rough.
Ouch.
ouch for him. As for the game, like hands off, hats off, gentlemen, hats off to the calls. They did really well, and it just shows there's growth in that area, and their fans are crazy, man. Like
they love it up there.
yeah. Every try, even if you get it, they know they're getting pumped. Just like, yeah.
That's why I think PNG needs to be the 18th team.
Yeah.
The sound of the crowd when they went up by 12 to
Yeah.
start the game was insane.
Echoes. Just cheering. It's great. And I love, like, when, say, the Australian players go over there, they're treated as, like, kings.
Oh, bro, it's so good.
It's good to see. And I do agree with you. I wouldn't mind seeing them in the NRL.
They did say something on the commentary that they have put the bid in.
Well, I seen the Bears are getting fucking rejected again.
Yeah.
Which is hilarious.
How many times is that now?
Yep. Happens too often. Poor Bears.
Give up, Bears.
That's all for the NRL games, but we do have a bit of drama going on in the NRL world. A bit of saucy drama. The Dally M Women's Player of the Year, Olivia Kernick, robbed of a position in the Australian team, James.
Yeah, so bit of an interesting one. So obviously it was early last week the teams were announced, and yeah, she missed out on the spot, and everyone raised an eyebrow to that. But what raised even more of an eyebrow was the coach's explanation of why she missed out. He said that he looked more at the Origin, and she was on the bench in Origin. And here's the controversy: did he watch any fucking game of rugby league this year in the women's game? Because in the Origins at the start of the year, so it's not a great way to select your well, not start of the year, but start of the season. So it's not a great way to select your team at the end of the season. And more importantly, even though she was named on the bench, she started and was one of the best players for New South Wales.
Yeah. Shit excuse, poor excuse.
Yeah.
It's probably just like, he's just like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Think of a shit story real quick.
Everyone's ripping into me because I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
And Mal Meninga said Teddy didn't get picked because of Origin. I wonder if that'll work.
Yes. Yeah, look, fuck. I couldn't believe when I seen she didn't get picked. It is sheer stupidity. Stupidity, I tell you.
And while we're on the topic of drama, you know, I did tell you about this earlier. Millie Elliott's grand final ring got stolen.
Yeah. Fuck.
Like,
Who's out there stealing rings?
especially like
Guys.
especially like she obviously lives with Adam Elliott.
Yeah.
Mate, imagine that bloke fucking caught you in his house stealing something off your wife.
It was too long ago. It wasn't a Souths player who lost a ring in the ocean or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
That's
I just wanted to put that out into the world in case anyone didn't know.
seems to keep happening. These rings losing. I just see Nofaluma with 3 of them, like going like 3 spoons or something. So, maybe he stole them. I don't know.
Yeah, one of them was just Millie's.
Yeah. Who knows? That's all though for the old NRL talk. Look forward to, we might have more next week. Who knows?
Maybe
We will, because the Pacific Championship will
Starts this weekend.
yeah.
This is true.
Maybe we should change it to rugby league talk over the
Oh, we'll get rid of the NRL.
over the off season.
Or rugby league drama.
Rugby
Drama
league
channel.
Drama alert.
rugby league news.
And we are live. Okay. Horse racing, gentlemen. It is hotting up, in as used words from Lucas. And the Toorak was on over the weekend, and there was a amazing performance, dominant display by Antino. James, I know you and I were watching at Lucas's house. It was what a performance, honestly.
Mate, so throughout the whole day, the track had looked like a leader's track. Everything that led won. I was on another wheel in this race who was leading quite nicely. Looked like I was already counting my gym share money.
Yeah.
Then before the bend, which was definitely earlier than any other backtracker had tried to go, But before the bend, Antino takes off. And Lucas is there, and he's like, there's no way they can do this for 800 meters to finish this race. And not only did it do it, it did it comfortably, won by about 6 lengths in what was, one of the most dominant displays since the Queen Elizabeth last year with Pride of Jenny.
Yeah, it was fucking amazing to see. You just, like, the stage in the race where it just took off, and you're like, holy shit, it's gutting for the lead, and it just, like, put the gap job on. Proper gap job. And,
it's a Group 1. It's not...
Yeah.
It's not up against nobodies. What Craig and Safina was second and third.
Craig.
Craig.
I was on Craig.
Kick Craig. Isn't it funny, though, that the jockey is also named Craig?
Yeah, that's why I was on Craig.
Yeah.
Craig Williams with Craig.
You've heard of Elf on a Shelf. What about Craig on a Craig?
Craig on a Craig.
But hats off to Blake Shin and Antino as the horse. But it was just a great performance all around. Another race, though, I did want to talk about, which was another... This is where we start to get into Brandon's losing. It was the Might and Power, and it was a 2,000 metre Group 1. And Mr. Brightside, the favourite coming into the race, $1.75, did not get the job done. Denying Knowledge, paying $8.50, got the job done.
Would you say you denied the knowledge of it winning?
Yeah. Look, it knew the knowledge of what it had to do. It knew its assignment, and it did it well.
It's probably watched some Pride of Jenny races.
It's watched a lot of Pride of Jenny races, and they went for it. They went early, and they know if you can get to a decent enough lead, Mr. Brightside's just not going to catch us, and that's what happened. And hats off to Mark Zara and Friedman's.
Very smart jockey. He gets the job done a lot in big races.
Yeah.
That's why I'm gassed that he's on Giga Kick in the Everest. So look forward to that.
That's this weekend, isn't it?
I think so.
Yes,
I
sir.
think so.
Rugby League and the Everest this weekend.
Yeah.
I'm rock hard.
He's rock out. So am I. Another little crumb to Tissue. Did all right. Got third place. J-Mac on board.
Bad day for J-Mac.
Yeah, it was pretty bad for the one James, but remember the other
James
Orman, he got a couple of wagon winners.
And I followed him. I started to see it.
Yeah. Next I wanted to talk about was Attrition, and he won in the Hill Stakes, a Group 2 1900. And he beat the likes of Kovalika, Royal Patronage, Pericles, and Dan's Golden Path.
I was going to say, this was my race, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was a good race to watch. Attrition paying a healthy $26. So,
look, like obviously we weren't right either, but we looked at this race, Dad, and we didn't give you a figure chance. We were we were all over Cavalica, Royal Patronage, and Pericles. We were like, this is the trifecta.
The easy trifecta. Dan's not going to get top 4.
I looked at Kovalika and Pericles. I'm like, those are two horses I definitely know are a chance of winning this race.
Yeah.
And I'm like, maybe I should pick those, but I'm like, Golden Path, I like the name.
Yeah.
And it had good form. But yeah, obviously didn't get the cookies.
Unfortunate. Another big race was in the Console Stakes, and it was Switzerland. Switzerland getting the win. I was on board. Over Coleman and Yoshinobu. It was a 2-year-old, or 2-year-old, 3-year-old, sorry. Yeah, 3-year-olds. I just had to make sure. It's good to see Switzerland getting a win. And
usually they're pretty peaceful.
Yeah. Very funny man, dude.
But their army has good knives.
Very funny man, James. It gets the win.
I'll tell you what, though. Their flag's a big plus.
Very funny man, Dan. Look, what Lucas told me over the weekend is that Jesus,
I'm sorry,
I've lost control. That Chris Waller, has said that if Stormboy isn't up to it, and was it wet? If it's raining,
yeah,
they'll go Switzerland. So Lucas is inside information. He knows Chris very well, and he said they will do a swapperoo and put Switzerland in. So who knows?
In other
Who
words, he
knows?
just peruses fucking X all day and Reddit and
No. He's the
Still
inside
can't get over
information.
Twitter being called X. It sounds like a porn website.
It's fucked.
Let me just X real quick.
Yeah, let me X you. Another race, I don't have it up here, but broadsiding loss. So that was my multi. I
Yeah.
did want to bring that up. It was an ouch moment. $2.75 favourites. Only I and this podcast could bring them down.
Yeah.
And bringing both of them down, did I expect you to win that multi? Probably. If I saw you losing, I could see one of the horses still winning, not both of them losing.
The
Yeah.
fact with Mr. Brightside losing, I hopped in when I was at work. I hopped in the car at one stage, and I turned the car on, and Mr. Brightside, the song was playing, and I'm like,
It's a song.
surely, this.
Yeah.
Sent a video of it in the chat, and was like, surely this is an omen.
Well,
Nah, it wasn't.
my omen was gambled responsibly. Seen the little tab QR code where it gives you $4 odds for broadsiding. Took
Oh, yeah.
that.
Mate, that's got to be the most cursed thing in the world.
That's just taking your money, honestly.
It's rough. But we learn and look, just like Deshaun, we move on and we go again next week.
We sell the house and the car.
Responsibly.
Responsibly. That's all for horse racing, gentlemen.
Everest this week. Do we want to have a look at the field and give a early Everest tip?
An early Everest tip. I like it. We'll just get that up in a memento. The Everest, gentlemen, this weekend. Big race. We've been there before.
Saturday.
It's the race that stops the nation.
Stops this state.
It's now been upgraded to a Group 1 as well. So
Yeah,
that's
hot.
big news. That's hot. We have the likes of I Wish I Win, Growing Empire, Bella Nipotina, Jolie Star, Traffic Warden, Giga Kick, Sunshine in Paris, Storm Boy, Steffi Magnetica, Private Eye, I Am Me, and Lady of Camelot is the field. They haven't been locked in yet before noms, so we'll give our tips on who we think will win. I'm going to go with my boy, obviously, Giga Kick. Look, I have read a news article today. It said its third start is ready to go. It's firing. It's strong. It's better than it has been the last 2 weeks. They've got it ready, raring to go. So that's my bet. And at the moment, $11 odds isn't too bad before noms.
Let me have a
Dan.
gander at the odds and
Actually, I'll go James. Yeah, we'll go
Look,
James.
I'm going to be boring. I do want to give a shout out to Lucas saying Jolie Star like a month ago or so.
Yep.
It's in at $7, but I'm a big I Wish I Win fan. It's the favorite right now, but that could fluctuate a lot depending on barriers and stuff throughout the week. But I think when everything goes right, it's the best in the race. It's just this, not everything's going to go right.
This is true. A lot of horses running and a lot of blocking happening. Dan.
look, I'm gonna go a bit of a roughie here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go I Am Me.
You are
And
you.
$26.
Yeah.
Do you like the horse?
Yeah.
You are you. And
I am me.
I am me. Nice. Hopefully one of our horses get up, and hopefully you guys get up. Gamble responsibly,
I definitely get up.
obviously. And now, horse racing over, we get into the rugby league cricket, I believe, James. You got some rugby league cricket for us?
Got a little bit of rugby league cricket.
We love rugby league.
I'm
and
listening.
cricket.
All right, first, I want to go over to our arch rivals, the enemy, England. Look, save the booze for later. They have currently in a test series against Pakistan, and look, the pitch has been judged pretty poorly. It was a bit of a road, but it definitely seemed to be a road for England more than Pakistan, because they scored, I think, 800 and something runs.
Yeah, I seen this today. It was 8:30 something. Yeah.
So Joe Root got a nice double century, but the main one I want to touch on is Harry Brook, the first Englishman in 34 years to score a triple century. not only did he score a triple century, I'm just trying to find the balls. There you go. He scored his 300, came off just 310 balls.
Fuck off.
Jesus.
So he ended up at 317 off 322. So it was ridiculous batting.
That is hot rugby league.
I'll give him
cricket.
finger claps for
Like-
the,
There's been 300 balls, hundreds.
yeah.
Hot rugby league cricket right there.
Yeah, that's hot rugby league cricket. Other news back on our shores. Cam Green, I'm pretty sure I mentioned it the other week about him not bowling because he had some back spasms and he had to come back to Australia. It's now been judged that he won't be available this summer. But this sort of opens up and it also clears some headaches. Because, look, there was talks, do we keep Steve Smith as opener? Does maybe Travis Head go
Yeah.
there? It's hard. People say Bancroft, but like Cam Green is actually a better batsman than Bancroft, more than likely. Because when he was in Shield, he also dominated, so it's like hard to judge Shield versus Test cricket scores. But it's opened up a bit of a bat off, and we all love a
Bat
bat
off.
off.
Oi.
We all love that. 1 second, I've just got to bring it up. I did save this.
Dan would win.
Yeah, Dan would win.
CMD.
So, there's a young gun that has announced himself to the cricket world.
This.
Yep. His name is Sam Constas from New South Wales, which obviously that's a big tick, New South Wales.
Yep.
Plus.
So he became the youngest player since Ricky Ponting to score 100 in each innings in a Shield game.
Plus. Big tick.
And he's just been pushed into the
Australia A's.
Yeah, Australia A's.
Big
And
tick.
to join in this bit of a bat off.
Bit of a bat off.
He'll be batting off
Wow.
against Cam Bancroft, who's actually started the Shield season a bit slow. And Marcus Harris. Look, so more than likely the person that gets picked will either be Marcus Harris or Bancroft, but a bolter of high chance is
I do love a bit of a smoky.
yeah,
In
like
some hot form.
Yeah.
a youngster just
The-
comes in,
the
does
young
that. And
thoroughbred.
Don't you just love hearing the youngest since Ponting?
Yeah, that's.
I
Like,
did see an article that said he's such like Ponting. I'm like, well, now it makes sense
Hook
because he
it-
beat Ponting.
Just
so
hook it
they're
into my
like,
veins.
injected already.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh, there's a couple of one-dayers against Pakistan coming up.
Yeah. I did say something that, like, with Cam Green out, do we go an all-rounder? Do we go a bowler? Do we go a batsman?
Nah,
Like,
not needed. Like if Marsh is feeling fit, which he
Oh,
seems to
yeah.
be, he can do some handy bowling.
yeah.
He will take the all-rounder spot.
Yeah.
Don't need, and then we just bring in another bat. We're against
we
India.
have the
and
bat off. You know?
India, they're going to score runs. We need to score more runs. We need to give up.
Yeah.
I think it was Nathan Lyon may have said it in an interview, or one of the bowling quartet that to win against India, you need to have some days where the batsmen just bat the day out and the bowlers
Yeah.
get a break, so they can come in the next day fresh and
Ready to
nimble.
roll.
Yeah. So I reckon go a bat, look to bat big, bat long, and
Just have a bat off.
Have a bat off.
Yeah, everyone just
Let's
bat
get some
together.
bat offs.
Yeah.
Bat long into the night.
Oh, mate. Nothing better than a good bat. And young thoroughbred having a good bat. So.
Yeah.
yeah.
Look, great rugby league cricket there.
Right.
Great rugby league cricket. And it leads into our next segment, the Rugby League Bathurst 1000, gentlemen. I don't know if you knew, but the old Bathurst 1000 was on, and big races, big race. Big racist. So, yeah, allegedly.
There definitely could have been some racists on that.
Definitely on the hill, like that. They're probably like throwing obscenities. I don't know. The winner of the race, the winners, was Brody Kostecki and Todd Hazelwood. Crazy that he plays fucking some cricket and then heads over,
Yeah.
does some Bathurst.
Might be his brother. Who knows?
Who knows? And they get the job done for Erebus Motorsports. Look, I heard it was very uneventful in the way that there was only one safety the whole time.
Yeah, that's a bit boring.
That is pretty boring. I like seeing those crashes.
'Cause I seen on like I can't remember where it was, but it was a really like brutal lead up, like the top 10 shootout and the Friday races and that were all like very crash heavy in that.
Yeah.
But then
I've got a workmate that's a photographer, and he's also a lower racer that does like your hot laps and stuff like that. But he was out there doing photos and photography, and he's like, fucking boring.
Yeah.
He knows some of the races, and he's going, it's boring.
As
Boy,
you
shit,
said,
fucking
Dan, like
crash.
there was crashes all weekend. Like literally the time trial, the first thing I watched, it had been like not even one lap, and there was a crash in it.
Yeah.
Like there had been crashes all throughout it, and then the race was just pretty smooth
Sweet.
sailing. Special shout out to Brock Feeney, and he tried to catch them. Him and Jamie Wincup, they got second place, and then third place Will Brown and Scott Paw. But hats off mainly to Kostecki and Hazelwood for the first time ever winning Bathurst for them, both of them. So the 65th and 66th winner. Good stuff. I don't know how Dan didn't pick it. Like, obviously, you're an
honestly,
expert
I
at this.
should have.
Should have
But-
backed it.
You know, something that I come to a conclusion yesterday afternoon after the race.
Mm.
I didn't watch much of it. It just hasn't been the same
Yeah.
since they got rid of Holden.
Yep.
Like back in the good old days where you got Mark Scaife and Craig Lowndes going at it, coming down the mountain. Fuck.
And then the controversy when Lounsey came over to Holden. And
Yeah.
They're not having a bat off. They're having a drive off, a fucking pedal off,
That's-
a
yeah,
A
like,
shift off.
fang off.
Like fang off.
it doesn't feel that I don't have the same like
Red hot.
red hot
yeah.
red color blood.
Bleed red.
When I see 3 yellow Chevys
Yeah.
above the board, fuckers.
Like it's not like
Yeah,
it's just not the same.
good seeing Ford lose.
Yeah, it was.
But yeah, bring back Holden. Bring him back. That's all for Rugby League Bathurst 1000. We actually have one more Rugby League story. Rugby League.
Rugby league wrestling.
Rugby League wrestling. And
Wrestling.
Dad actually brought this to mine and James' attention. Had no idea it was on. But Jimmy Graham got into some WWE Rugby League wrestling. So let's see what he has, because I wanted to see the video. First live reaction here.
Spear on the ref.
Tackles the ref.
That's Grayson Waller, a WWE
Yeah.
superstar.
In a Roosters shirt. Fucking
Yeah, he's
hell.
a mad Roosters fan. He's Australian.
Yeah.
Jimmy Graham off the top rope.
Off the top.
I heard his interview with the Big Show, and he's like, "I'm gonna jump off the top rope. You can't stop
Oh
me."
my god, a spear tackle from
And he's
hell.
got the sleeves down like Kurt Angle.
Yeah,
Oh my god, he's done it.
he got the win.
He's done it. Wow, that's amazing.
No, keep watching.
Yeah. Oh,
Socks him.
another spear tackle. Hey, he's giving like Edge vibes about these spear tackles. Like spear tackle the ref, spear tackling everyone out there. It's like he's a rugby league player or something. It's good stuff to see. I like it.
It's pretty funny that they made his like finishing move the spear.
Yeah.
Because like he's a footy player.
Well, like now it's in this year. There's been 2 ex-NRL players to jump in the wrestling arena. You had the Ross dog, Nathan Ross.
Oh, yeah.
In Newcastle, and then you have this one
Newcastle
here.
Rumble.
Yeah, how good's this? I want to see more. Actually, no limit boxing. Switch it up. No limit wrestling. Just get all the old fucking leagueies into a wrestling ring. I think it'd be amazing.
Let's get Nathan Highmarsh and Brian Fletcher.
Yeah. Brian can be called the finger and like just fucking walks up to you like, hey.
On his shirt, he's fucking.
Oh, bloody hell. Okay, I like that idea. If I can workshop that PBL, look into that.
PBL, go talk to Georgie Rose.
Yeah.
Get some no limit wrestling going.
Get some no limit wrestling. Some rugby league wrestling. of note.
Wrestling.
Gentlemen, that's all. Unless you got anything else you want to add.
No, that's pretty good.
Was
for
that
me.
Eric? Yeah. Subscribe. Yeah. Eric said to like, comment, subscribe, and follow all the social medias as usual.
And Eric sent something else.
Was that Eric?
He said, buy the hats and the stubby
Oh,
holders.
hats and the stubby holders. Okay. Thank you guys for listening, and we'll see you guys next week.